Hey girls, I'm Nigarfinuni and I'm here with Molly Galbraith and we are representing Girls Gone Strong. Today we are going to show you how to do a really simple barbell complex. It's a great workout to do when you're limited on time and you want to attack strength, power, and maybe even fat loss all in just one training session.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, complexes can be really challenging, so Nigar, we're going to give you some guidelines of what to do, but of course, listen to your body first and foremost. That's always really important. But yeah, this is going to be a killer workout that you can do really quickly. We're excited to show it to you.
If you're not sure what to use in terms of weight, do your first round with just the barbell, and then you can add a little bit of weight every single set as you go. Or you can kind of find the weight that you want to use and just use that weight.
I think it's pretty rare for people to get done with a complex and be like, that wasn't enough weight. Usually complexes absolutely smoke people, so err on the lighter side because you can always add more.
Yeah, and you can use those first couple rounds even just to warm up and just kind of figure out what weight you want to use, okay? So we are going to do 4 exercises and we're going to do about 5 to 8 repetitions of each, so just anywhere within that rep range is totally cool. 5 isn't not as good as 8. A lot of times tell people do 5 to 8 and they think, oh, if I do 8 that means it's better. That's not necessarily the case. It all depends on how you're feeling, the amount of load you're using, your skill level, and so on. So just think of it as like 5 to 8, anywhere in that range is great, and one isn't better than the other.
Yeah, and the lower rep ranges might be lean themselves a little bit more towards strength, but the other ones might lean themselves.
You might use a heavier load if you're doing a lower rep range, so it just depends, okay? So 5 to 8, we're gonna go barbell Romanian deadlift. From barbell Romanian deadlift to a clean, to a push press, to a back squat. So we're kind of going from the bottom up, and the reason why we're doing that is to make the transitions really simple and easy, so you're not trying to transition from one exercise to the other where the barbell's in a totally different place.
Right, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so like she's saying, we're starting at the bottom, we're ending up at the top with the barbell back squat, and make our same.
Cool, all right, so we're gonna start with the barbell clean, and you can, or excuse me, we're gonna start with the Romanian deadlift. And you can do this from the top or you can do it from the floor. It's totally up to you. Knees are slightly bent, hips are back. Grab the bar nice and tight, shoulders back. And you're gonna hinge at your hips. You come forward, keep the barbell really close to your body. You don't have to touch the ground, especially if you're not using bumper plates. And come on back up, finish with the hips.
Right, you want to use the range of motion that feels good for you. Nigar's pretty flexible, so she's going to be able to go down pretty far. You'll notice she's hinging at the hips, she's keeping her core nice and braced, and she's finishing at the top with her glutes, not her lower back. That's crucial.
On your last deadlift, you're going to switch to the clean, and again, you can do that from the floor if you have bumper plates and you're comfortable, or from the hang if you don't have bumper plates, okay? And you're going to get the thumb grip, so you're going to tuck your thumb inside your hand if you're comfortable with that, and you're going to clean the barbell up, and you can clean up to the power position, or you can clean in a squat, okay? If you're not comfortable with the clean, if this is a brand new exercise to you and you haven't had any coaching, you can totally swap this out for something else. An exercise that we're doing really well there would be the bent over row, because we're still going from the bottom all the way up, okay? So if you haven't had any coaching at all ever in your entire life on the barbell clean, don't do it, but we love to give that option because a lot of you women have had some instruction in the area and you want to see how you can throw it into the workout.
Okay? The rest of your workout.
So from the clean, we're going to go into the push press because as you can see, it's in the perfect place, okay? So, elbows down, and the bar's resting in your hands, and you're gonna get a quick little dip in the knees, and then drive the barbell overhead, okay? As you can see, I'm not completely relying on my upper body. I'm using the power in my lower body, and I'm sort of popping my head through. Can you see that? So I'm not like bringing the weight out in front of me, right? It's right over my head. Right. It's centered evenly over my body. Do you have any tips, Molly?
That looks really good with the push press. Again, it's not all coming from her upper body, it's coming from her lower body, because if we're just coming from her upper body, she'd get worn out pretty quickly. So next is going to be back squat. So she lowered it right onto her upper back. This is not going on your cervical spine, guys. This should not be on any bone of prominence. She's squeezing her upper back together and creating a little shelf for the bar to sit on, keeping her elbows down, and she's gonna go right into the back.
See, it actually feels really comfortable here. This doesn't feel like it's in a foreign or awkward place.
Nice little meaty spot back there with all that back control to sit.
So you're gonna find your squat stance, and again, everybody's squat stance is different. Mine is just outside of my hips with my toes turned slightly out. The most important thing is that your knees aren't caving in and you're not allowing the weight to tip you forward. You're still staying upright, okay? So I'm just gonna squat down, just as deep as I can, drive back up and finish with my glutes. And as I come up, I'm pushing through my heels, and I'm looking forward the whole time. You don't wanna look down when you're squatting, because that's gonna encourage you to pitch forward. And I'm gonna do 5 to 8 reps. Then when you're done, since this is on your back, you have 2 options. If you have a rack available to you, you can just walk forward and rack the bar. If you don't have a rack available to you, you're doing this whole workout with just a barbell, you're gonna do a push press to get it over your head and safely bring it back down to the ground. Would you have any other tips on how to dump the bar?
No, I think that was great.
Okay.
That was perfect, guys.
I'm very sweaty.
You are very sweaty. It works, it works.
So 5 to 8 reps of each of those exercises. I would recommend starting with about 3 rounds if you've never done a barbell complex before, and then maybe progress up to 6 rounds.
Yep, that sounds great. And make sure you listen to your body the whole time, because as you can see, Nagar was even taking a little bit of rest between those times she was demoing, but it's a pretty tough workout.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so then also take a couple minutes, 1 to 2 minutes break in between each round, and just kind of assess where your body is.
Yeah, and with the complexes, definitely make sure that you take that rest. Some of the other workouts that we've demoed on GGS, we talk about taking as little rest as possible. With the complexes, you really want to recover so that you can give your all when you go to the next round. So, all right, guys, enjoy.